Blue Ivy Carter was born into one of the most powerful musical dynasties in the world ever in history. But is she destined to simply follow in her mother's footsteps? Or could she actually surpass her parents and build an empire of her own? Today, we're going to explore Blue Ivy's astrology, her numerology, and what the tarot reveals about her destiny. We'll be right back. Hello, my tarot fam, tarot maniacs. Welcome back to Fortune Cookies Tarot. For those of you that are new, I'm Annabelle. I am a psychic and tarot reader for over 35 years. And on this channel, we explore tarot, psychic ability, astrology, numerology, and all sorts of intuitive insight to better understand people, events, and energies that are shaping our world and their world. So if you'd like your own magical reading and you want me to direct your traffic a little bit, you can always visit my website or my About section on this channel, where you're going to find links to book private sessions. I have instant readings available often on Hipsy. You can check over there after you watch this video. But for today, we're going to continue our 2 for Tuesday delights, where we're going to explore 2 related topics through the lens of astrology, numerology, and tarot. So the first reading, we are going to look at the potential destiny of Blue Ivy Carter, the daughter of Beyoncé and Jay-Z. If you don't know who they are, I don't know what to tell you. So let's begin with her astrology. So Blue Ivy Carter was born on January 7th, 2012, which makes her a Capricorn sun. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. Capricorns, they work really hard. She is probably going to have a great work ethic. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, the planet that's associated with legacy, responsibility, and long-term success. So we're already looking pretty sunny and rosy here. Capricorn individuals often feel a strong sense of purpose and duty, especially when they're born into powerful or influential families, as our Blue Ivy is. They're known for building things that last, businesses, institutions, and sometimes entire dynasties. So while Beyoncé is one of the greatest performers of her generation, Blue Ivy's Capricorn energy suggests someone who eventually may step into leadership or a legacy role within the entertainment world and make her own footprints. One of the reasons why I was so keen on doing this. Capricorns also tend to mature early, and we did see this last year with Blue Ivy making some appearances and also performing with her mother. There was a lot of discussion about how mature she looked, how out of her age range she was dressed. Totally disagreed with this because I thought she was dressed age appropriately. As someone who physically matured very, very early on, it is really hard to fit a 12-year-old into 12-year-old fashion when the bus line is not a 12-year-old bus line. Just saying, have experience with this. So, Capricorns also grow more powerful with age. So her greatest accomplishments may unfold later in life as she steps in and steeps in her authority. So we're going to look at her numerology too. Being born on July 7th, 2012, Blue Ivy has a life path of 4. And life path 4 is very interesting because that is builder energy. That's foundational energy that we are going to build further upon. So the foundation, if we can call it, that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have created for her, this kid can build a lot more on top of that. I think it's going to be really cool. People in a 4-year are practical. They're very disciplined. They have all their ducks in a row. They've got all the corners tucked in, and they're capable of turning talent into something sustainable instead of just kind of throwing their talent all over the place. So the combination of her Capricorn astrology, the life path for numerology, suggests that she's someone who may not only be talented creatively, but could also grow into a very powerful organizer, producer, or business leader in the entertainment world. So let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm going to bring up the card view. If you guys haven't hit that like button, go on and hit it. And wrong button. Let's giddy up, buttercups. I'm not done yet. So what natural gifts does Blue Ivy bring into this lifetime? And we are using the Tarot of the Witches from Fergus Hall all week. So what natural gifts does she bring into this lifetime? Death in reverse. There is no kill switch on awesome. So one of the things I do think she is, I want to say, precariously and preciously placed because of the notoriety of her parents, because of the positions that they hold in the world. So the idea of stepping out of that role, and we did see this with Lourdes, Madonna's daughter, Lourdes Leon. She tried to step out on her own. She didn't go into music. She tried to do some other things. And unfortunately, the shadow of her mother's legacies kind of dogged her. I think Blue Ivy is going to want to step out of that shadow as well. And she's got two big shadows there. So, meaning her father and her mother. So I think the independent streak where she wants to be known for her own talents and doings, I think it's going to be a little bit hard to dodge that, even though the inclination is I want to stand on my own 2 feet. I want to do my own thing. Unfortunately, and people say nepotism is a dirty word. I don't think it's a dirty word. Sometimes it's about who you know. And I think she will later come to terms with this and just kind of soak up the nepotism eventually. I think she's with maturity. She's going to see the value of that legacy and not try and be quite so radical and step out on her own. So I think that that's okay. Another natural gift, she is a self-starter and she doesn't need anyone to really get into the mix with her. She doesn't need anyone to write her emails, create her content, all that. She's going to want to do all of that herself. And I think that she brings to the table a really solid foundation. And this, I do think, is not a esoteric and natural or supernatural attribute that she has. I think this Ace of Coins, being able to launch herself into another revenue stream for the Beyoncé Jay-Z conglomerate of power in the music industry, I think she's going to be able to carve out a really firm and sustainable revenue stream for herself. This is the beginning. But I think she's going to have to warm up to the idea of assistance from the legacy. I think that's going to come in time. And also this I can do it by myself kind of thing. With nepotism comes this kind of an illusion that, well, you know, they're going to plug in a team for her. They're going to have a content creation team. They're going to have business managers and all of that. I think that she's really got to understand that those are benefits of being part of the legacy, and she can take advantage of that. She doesn't have to prove herself quite as much as she thinks she does. So I think she's quite beautiful. I think she looked like Jay-Z for a while, but now I think she's really morphing into like this very beautiful girl. So is she going to follow in the musical footsteps of her mother? We've seen her dance on some of the performances. She's been a backup dancer for her mother. Is she destined to follow? No. Ace of Swords. We are not going to see her sing. She is absolutely wanting to go off and do something different. She does not want to compete with that. Just for fun, can she sing? Yeah, she can. She can sing. Not surprising, not surprising. So just because she can doesn't mean she has to. I think Beyonce has an amazing voice. I think Beyonce's got an amazing face. So what challenges might she face growing up with this level of global fame? Because it's not like, no offense to Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman and Maya Hawke, but it's not the same kind of level of notoriety. Jay-Z, Beyonce, they are titans in the industry. I think a similar thing would be any of the Spielberg kids, any of Brad Pitt and Angelina's kids. Like, I think really following in their footsteps, she's going to have to accept that there's some association there, but I get it if she doesn't want to sing. So what challenges might she face? Six of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of people that want to do a lot of things for her. And we got the Seven of Swords, or I'm sorry, Eight of Swords there. Valet of Coins. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to want to get involved with her. And a lot of people that are like, hey, I can do a lot for you. I can take care of this for you. I think challenge is that she's going to have to grow up in the framework of her parents' celebrity and notoriety. She's going to have to do that. What direction is her soul most drawn toward? Six of Swords. Six of Swords. There's our Death card. King of Cups. Performance, I think, is going to be something that she has to do. But as I pulled this spread, I am getting a really clear image of Grandmama here. And I'm wondering if Blue Ivy will go more into visual arts, fashion, that kind of thing. Beyonce's mother famously made a lot of her costumes early on when she was with Destiny's Child. And I have a feeling that Blue Ivy wants to do a little bit of design work. And I think that there is some disagreement in the household about her going into design. I think they feel that that is an avenue, perhaps in the economy that we're in, that high couture is not going to fly. And she wouldn't be able to like come out and create like a Target line. She wouldn't be able to do that. What she would have to do is do something a little bit higher. We don't want fast fashion. We want bold fashion. So possibly fashion. What kind of legacy does she want to build at this moment? What kind of legacy does she want to build? Knight of Cups. She's not sure yet. She's not sure yet. But she wants to do something that she loves every day. And I think she's at that point of teenager where she doesn't really know what's going to make her happy every single day. We've all done it. All of us that have kids, we're not sure what is going to make us very, very happy every single day. And I think we need a little bit more time on her to see what develops. So we're going to do one final question. If Blue Ivy were asking me for guidance today, what energy should she step into right now? Today's March 16th. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. You're going to be watching this on St. Patrick's Day. So this is her what to wear. What should she step into today? Strength in reverse. So this is be bold, be courageous, be unrestrained, jump out and go do it. So this is a little bit of Northwest energy, and we're going to be talking about Northwest in the next video. So I want you guys to stick around for that. Northwest is the daughter of Kanye West and a lady named Kim Kardashian. I don't know if you know her. So we're going to look at Northwest's astrology, numerology, and use a little tarot and psychic ability to see what she should be wearing. And she's been quite demonstrative with her look. So Blue Ivy, it looks like she's got some really good guardrails. Looks like she is going to rock it to where she needs to get to. One final word I want to say about Blue Ivy. Absolutely, I think she is going to go to university. I think her parents are going to have her go either for business or something that is structured that she can preserve and protect herself from anyone who would try and take advantage of her. And I think that that's a really good move on their part. So I'm going to close down this episode, but never fear, you're going to get a second one today. So you don't have to sit around and wait, my tarot maniacs. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you would like your own magical reading, I can do exactly this for you and help you get out of those tight spaces in your life. You can go to my About page or fortunecookiestarot.com and my sparkly new website and go check things out over there. So thank you so, so much. And I will see you in the future.